Have you ever seen a woman who was mocked for being poor but later became the boss everyone respected? That woman was Amoka, the cleaner from Lagos. Every morning before the first bus left Oshodi, Amoka would wake up at 4 a.m., tie her headscarf, and walk to the big office building where she worked as a cleaner. She always carried her small bucket, mop, and a smile that never faded, even when life was hard. Amoka had once dreamed of becoming an accountant. She had finished secondary school with good grades, but after her father died, her mother couldn't afford university fees. So instead of sitting at a desk, Amoka cleaned around one. Still, every day, as she mopped the shiny floors of the company, she whispered to herself, "One day, I won't just clean this place. I'll run it." But Lagos life is not easy. Some of the workers insulted her. They would drop papers on the floor after she swept. Some called her ordinary cleaner or laughed when she greeted them. Even her neighbors mocked her. "Amoka, fine girl like you dey waste your time as cleaner. Why not find one big man to take care of you?" Amoka would just smile. "I believe in hard work. My time will come." But deep inside, she sometimes cried at night. She wanted more out of life, something greater than dirty floors and small salaries. One day, as she was cleaning the CEO's office, she found a crumpled piece of paper on the floor. It was a financial report full of mistakes. Out of curiosity, she read through it carefully and saw errors in the numbers. Amoka had always been good with math, so she corrected the figures neatly and placed it back on the table with a note that read, "Sir, I think there's a small mistake in this report. Please check again." Amoka, cleaner. When the CEO, Mr. Williams, returned, he was surprised. He checked her corrections, and she was right. The next day, he called her to his office. "Who helped you correct this?" he asked. "I did, sir," Amoka replied shyly. The man looked impressed. "Where did you learn accounting?" "I finished secondary school, sir, but I couldn't go further. I just read on my own whenever I can." Mr. Williams leaned back in his chair. "You have a sharp mind. Come to the HR office tomorrow. I'll arrange a scholarship for you to study part-time." Amoka's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, sir." From that day, her life began to change. She started attending evening classes after work. It was not easy. She would clean from morning till evening, then rush to the bus stop to attend her accounting lectures at night. Sometimes she got home after midnight, tired and hungry. There were days she wanted to give up. Her friends laughed at her. "Amoka, who cleaner go to an accountant? A beg rest." But Amoka refused to listen. She kept pushing, studying, and praying. 3 years later, she finished her accounting course and graduated top of her class. When she brought her certificate to show Mr. Williams, he smiled proudly. "You've done well, Amoka. From today, you're no longer a cleaner. You'll work as a junior accountant." Tears rolled down her cheeks. Her dream had begun to take shape. But life in the company was not all rosy. Some workers who used to see her as a cleaner now envied her promotion. They whispered behind her back. One of them, Kemi, tried to make her fail by hiding important documents and blaming her for mistakes. Amoka wanted to report her but decided to stay calm and let her work speak for her. One Friday evening, something happened that changed everything again. That Friday evening, Amoka stayed late at the office to finish balancing the week's accounts. Most of the staff had already gone home. The whole floor was quiet except for the faint hum of the air conditioner and the ticking clock on the wall. As she double-checked some figures, she noticed something odd. One of the ledgers had large cash entries that didn't make sense. Money had been moved around in a way that looked suspicious. She frowned. Why would there be such a big withdrawal with no signature? Her heart began to race. She remembered that only the senior accountant, Mr. Bello, and the finance supervisor had access to those files. At first, she wanted to ignore it. "It's not my business," she whispered. But a voice in her heart said, "Do the right thing, Amoka." So, she printed out the record, highlighted the suspicious figures, and quietly kept a copy. The next Monday, the entire office was in chaos. News spread that 15 million Nigerian nairas had gone missing from the company's account. Mr. Bello, the senior accountant, accused Amoka immediately. She's the new one. She must have touched something she didn't understand. Everyone turned to look at her, the cleaner turned accountant. Kemi, who had always envied her, smirked. I told you people. She doesn't belong here. Amoka's heart broke. She tried to defend herself, but no one listened. Security was called. People whispered as they led her away. She sat in the HR office with tears rolling down her cheeks. Sir, I didn't do anything. I only found some strange records last week. The HR manager frowned. Do you have proof? Amoka quickly reached into her bag and pulled out the printed documents she had saved. When they compared it with the company's system, they discovered something shocking. Mr. Bello had been diverting company funds for months, using Amoka's login ID as cover. The CEO, Mr. Williams, was furious when he found out. He ordered an internal investigation, and within days, Mr. Bello was arrested. The following Monday, Mr. Williams called Amoka into his office again. This time, everyone in the company was watching as she walked past, the same people who once mocked her. He smiled warmly. Amoka, when I first met you, I saw a spark in your eyes. You've proved today that honesty and intelligence are stronger than office politics. He handed her a letter. Congratulations. You are now the head of accounts for this branch. Amoka froze. Her hands trembled as she held the letter. Sir, me. Mr. Williams nodded. You earned it. That evening, when she left the office, tears of joy streamed down her face. She took a long walk through the same street where people once mocked her. Some of her old neighbors saw her step out of a company car, dressed smartly in her new suit. Amoka. Cleaner Amoka. No, oh, she's the new madam now. They stared in disbelief as she smiled and waved. Later that night, she visited her mother, who still sold vegetables at the roadside. She hugged her tightly and whispered, Mama, your daughter made it. Her mother broke down in tears, thanking God over and over again. Months passed. Amoka became known not only for her intelligence but also for her humility. She started a small scholarship fund to help young girls from poor homes study accounting, just like she once dreamed. When reporters asked her what kept her going, she said, Never look down on anyone because of where they start. The cleaner you mock today may sign your paycheck tomorrow. And with that, Amoka, once the girl with a mop and bucket, became a symbol of hope in Lagos, a living proof that dreams may bend, but they never break. Moral of the story. Hard work, integrity, and patience can raise anyone from the dust to the throne.